Greetings. Happy Friday. Forgive me for my tardiness today. I don't know what's going on. I just got really distracted. But today is Friday, and Friday is the day governed by Venus, and Venus is currently in Virgo. So, Venus is the planet that governs our ability to restore ourselves with music, food, relationships, partnerships, our sensuality, just, our connections, sex, and attraction is Venus also. Venus is also balance and harmony and, like I said, restoration. Venus is the archetype of the lover. It's Oshun. It's this energy that says yes to everything for the sake of the experience of becoming. It's like this willingness to do whatever it takes to experience love by knowing that love is all there is. So it's a very interesting energy. It's like saying, "Oh, this person doesn't have everything I think I want, but I'm going to experience them. I'm going to allow being with them to be the gift, just to have the experience of this person or this time in my life with a person like this." Um, because when Venus is involved that you're going to get something out of it that's valuable. It might not be the thing you think you want, but it will be something that is valuable. So Venus in Virgo is discriminating, right? Where Venus on her own is like, yes to you, and yes to you, and of course to you, and yes to the three of you too. But Venus in Virgo is like, no, I don't think so. Maybe when you get a little bit taller, your pants, like, it's really discriminating and picky and wanting to understand the value of it. Like, so if I do this with you, Venus and Virgo will say, if I do this with you, what will I get out of it? Here's what I'm bringing you. I have this crystal in my hand. This crystal is, it's like, okay, I'm going to bring you this. What are you going to give me? That's Venus and Virgo. It really wants to have a reciprocity. It wants fairness. It wants balance. It wants harmony. It wants to make sure that everything is in alignment. And the Cancer moon today is all about ourselves. How are we feeling about ourselves? How are we feeling inside of our bodies? How are we feeling inside of our internal worlds? What feelings are moving through you? So the thing that's interesting about this energy is that first thing this morning, which is why I'm just getting here today, is I have a business call meeting with someone at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we are working out the details of the classes that we teach and the coaching that we're doing and how we're going to grow, and we're talking about percentages and marketing and fairness. All that is a Venus and Virgo kind of experience. And our Venus and Virgo is also about your work and your body. That's another thing that's Venus and Virgo. It's like, how are you treating your body? What food are you putting into your body? How much water are you drinking? Are you exercising? Are you doing the things that are good for your health? That's Venus and Virgo. It is bringing us back to our body. I know that I have been, about a month ago, my doctor put me on a sugar fast. And I was on it and it was great. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. And then things started to get a little intense. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to have some salmon. And he put me on a sugar fast and a no meat, right? So he's trying to get me off. Not he. I am getting myself into a vegan lifestyle. And he said it'd take me about a year to do it. And so I did a whole month or so with no meat and no cheese and no anything. And then I just started, oh, I'll have a little bit of cheese. I remember the first day I had a little bit of cheese. I was like, okay. And then the next day I had a little more cheese. And then maybe a couple days later, I was like, okay, I'm going to have some salmon. And then the next day I also had some salmon. And then I bought some ice cream. And before you know it, I was eating ice cream. I had eight spoonfuls of ice cream, and my abdomen started to do contractions, and my digestion was thrown off for about 4 days. It's actually still just acclimating. That's Venus and Virgo. What are you eating, and how does it work in your body? There's such an intensity right now in the environment. Like, I think all of us are. I am again on a sugar fast. My doctor was like, okay, we're going to try again. We're going to reset it. So I'm sticking to it this time. And he's giving me some things that I need to support myself while I'm in it. And because the moon is in Cancer, we might be wanting to feel comfort, right? Cancer is like, what makes me feel good in my home? What makes me feel secure in my home? So as we're doing all of this shifting and things are uncomfortable and things are not like they used to be, and what used to work doesn't work anymore, and we're being asked to be discriminating around our relationships and the food and all of that. It's very uncomfortable. It feels very uncomfortable. So like today, I just feel like I can't take no more. I'm like, okay, I'm not crying, but I can't take no more because I have been crying. I actually been crying quite a bit this morning. But it's like being able to just feel what you feel. And even though it's uncomfortable, and even though you might feel overextended, or you might feel like you don't know what you're doing or uncertain, feel what you feel. And then whatever it is that you're needing to make a choice about, if there's something you need to release or something, just be present with it. See if there's anything I have going on that I can't really share anything from my own perspective right now because I'm still in the midst of it and it's a little too intense for me. I can't really capture it with my intellect just yet, but maybe I'll be able to do that tomorrow on a Saturday. So today, with Venus and Virgo and this Venus day and the moon in Cancer, you want to move into an experience of like, what needs to be improved, right? Today, is there something you can do to improve yourself? Whether your food, body, or relationships, work, like what can you do? I know one of the things that I see that people do so much is we get jobs because we have to pay mortgages and send our children to school, and we're doing work that really is not in alignment with who we are. We're working for money and not for fulfillment of our soul's contract. And so that's a Venus and Virgo kind of thing. And the significance of us doing the work that we're here to do has nothing to do with the Western constructs. It's like there are energies that we're here to fulfill upon. And so I know there have been times I've had jobs because I was just afraid to not have the money. And I would do something for money. And that is not a Venus and Virgo thing. It's like you can't do it for the money. You have to understand that the work that you're doing is about your soul's evolution. It is not for money. And so if you're doing work that doesn't feel like soul evolving or valuable to you, that's all. If it doesn't feel valuable to you, if it doesn't feel like it matters to you, if it doesn't feel like you can invest yourself in it and you're just doing it for money, then you need to reevaluate that. That's a Venus and Virgo thing. We cannot just do things for money no longer, because money is a man-made construct that is a piece of green paper, and we can't give it that kind of power in our lives. So where are you giving your power away around money and abundance that really isn't in alignment with your highest self? So use this energy today to be discriminating towards the choices that you're making, how you're feeling. Allow yourself to feel everything you're feeling. Allow it to just come up and let go. Just let it go and let it come and let it go. Yesterday I was at the crystal store. I go to this crystal store downtown in Los Angeles, and it's like a Ross. It's like a crystal store that has like tons of stuff in it. It's a mess and you have to look through it and all that kind of stuff, but it's great. And I was there and I was standing next to this woman who was sitting on a box. Like they have boxes in the aisleways. It's that rugged. And I'm looking at the shelf, but she's sitting there with her back to me. And all of a sudden I feel a rush of energy like I'm about to burst into tears. And I was like, and then I caught myself. I was like, why am I about to cry? And then I noticed the woman sitting next to me, like 2 inches away from me. And I just said to her, hey, her back was to me. I was like, hey, are you okay? And she turns around, and it turns out to be maybe she was 19. She was a very young woman. Tears running down her face, just but quiet, silent tears. So like maybe her mother was the owner of the store or something like that. and there's something was going on. And so I was like, oh, the moon is in Cancer, so I'm picking up her stuff, and I have a Pisces rising, so empathy is something that's very easy for me. So pay attention to what's going on with you, and if it's yours or if it's not, and just feel it and let it run through. The Mercury retrograde course is up here in my link tree now. You can register for this course, Mercury retrograde through Scorpio. So here's where we're going to be looking at all of our internal shadow stuff, obsession, shame, guilt, sexual secrets from your family, molestation, rape, just all of those things that we're holding that are blocking us from really getting free. And we're going to be able to do rituals around it so that we can open up the energy and free ourselves. Paranoia, that's another one that's a really good one around for Scorpio. Like, if we feel like people are out to get us, or people are not trustworthy, or people are trying to come for our stuff, or things like that, register for this course, Mercury retrograde. So with that, I am the Moon Mama. Happy Friday. And I love you all very much. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.